Most people think the only way to make an electric scooter faster is to remove the speed limit. That's not true. In fact, some of the biggest speed gains come from things most riders completely ignore. In this video, I'll show you what actually makes your scooter faster and what's not worth touching. Electric scooters are designed with limits for a reason. Not just for legal compliance, but to protect the motor, battery and braking system. So while it is possible to push more speed, doing it the wrong way can reduce performance, not improve it. Let's start with the changes that make the biggest real-world difference. This is the most overlooked factor and the easiest to fix. If your tires are underinflated, your scooter has to work harder to move forward. That means lower top speed, slower acceleration, and reduced range. Even slightly low pressure can noticeably slow you down. Check your scooter's recommended PSI and keep your tires properly inflated. Your scooter is fastest when the battery is near full charge. If you want maximum speed, avoid riding at low battery levels whenever possible. Once your battery drops below around 30 to 40%, performance starts to fall off noticeably. So for faster rides, try to start your ride above 60% charge and avoid draining the battery all the way down before riding. Temperature also plays a big role. In cold weather, your battery can't deliver full power right away. Store your scooter indoors if possible. Let it sit at room temperature before riding and ride gently for the first few minutes to warm up the battery. This helps restore normal performance much faster. This sounds obvious, but it's often missed. Many scooters have different riding modes: Eco mode, Standard mode, Sport mode. Eco mode limits power to extend range. Sport mode unlocks the full performance your scooter is designed to deliver. If you're riding in Eco mode, your scooter may feel artificially slow. Some models also allow speed settings through a companion app, so it's worth checking there as well. Electric scooters are very sensitive to weight, and this is something you can actually optimize. The heavier the load, the harder the motor has to work. That affects acceleration, hill climbing, and even your top speed. But here's the part most people overlook. It's not just your body weight, it's everything you're carrying. A heavy backpack, tools, or unnecessary gear can noticeably slow your scooter down. If your goal is to get the best performance possible, try this. Ride once with your usual load and then again without it. In many cases, you'll feel the difference immediately. This is especially noticeable on smaller or entry-level scooters, where power is more limited. Where and how you ride has a bigger impact on speed than most people think. First, your line choice matters. Even on the same road, different parts of the surface can have different resistance. Look for smoother asphalt over rough patches and cleaner lines without loose gravel. Small changes like this help your scooter maintain speed instead of constantly fighting resistance. Next, it matters how you accelerate. Most riders go full throttle immediately, but electric scooters often deliver power more efficiently when you roll into the throttle smoothly. This helps the motor stay in a more efficient power range and reduces unnecessary strain. And finally, body position. At higher speeds, even small aerodynamic changes matter. You don't need to do anything extreme, but keep a slightly more compact posture, avoid standing full upright like a sail. Keep your weight balanced and stable. This reduces drag just enough to help maintain speed, especially on longer stretches. Sometimes your scooter feels slow, not because it lacks power, but because something is holding it back. And in many cases, you can actually feel and fix this in a few minutes. Start with a simple test. Lift the wheel off the ground and spin it by hand. It should spin freely and smoothly. If it stops quickly, feels rough, or you hear rubbing, that's lost speed. The most common issue is a brake drag. If your brake pads are slightly misaligned, they can constantly rub against the disc. You might not hear it while riding, but it creates continuous resistance. So make sure your brakes are properly adjusted. If your scooter feels rough when rolling, or the wheel doesn't spin smoothly, the bearings might be dirty or worn. In that case, clean them if possible or replace them if they feel gritty. This can make a surprisingly big difference in how freely your scooter moves. And one more quick check. Make sure nothing is physically touching the wheel, like cables, fenders or debris. It sounds simple, but it happens more often than you think. The goal here is simple: reduce resistance as much as possible, because every bit of friction your scooter has to fight is the speed you are losing. Now let's address the part most people are thinking about. Most electric scooters come with a built-in speed limiter. This is usually controlled by software and is there for a few reasons: legal speed regulations, safety, and protecting the motor and battery. Some riders choose to modify or remove this limiter. Yes, in some cases, you may gain a lot of top speed. But it's important to understand the trade-offs. The downsides can be faster battery drain, increased heat, more wear on components, reduced lifespan, and longer braking distance. So, while it might sound like a shortcut to more speed, it often comes at a cost. There are also hardware upgrades, like higher voltage batteries or upgraded controllers, but these are not simple changes. They're expensive, technically complex, and can easily damage your scooter if done incorrectly. For most riders, these upgrades aren't practical and not necessary. It's also worth asking whether more speed is actually what you need. If you're riding in busy urban areas or using an entry-level scooter with basic brakes, more speed can quickly become unsafe. But there's also a legal side to this that many riders overlook. In many countries, electric scooters have strict speed limits, and if your scooter exceeds those limits, especially after modifications, you can get fined or even have the scooter taken away by the police. So it's not just about whether your scooter can go faster, it's whether it still makes sense for how and where you ride. In most real-world situations, improving consistency, acceleration, and overall responsiveness is far more useful than chasing higher top speed. So if your electric scooter feels slow, start with the fundamentals: proper tire pressure, a healthy, well-charged battery, the right riding mode, and basic maintenance. These are the changes that actually make a difference. And once those are dialed in, your scooter will already feel faster without taking unnecessary risks. Make smart adjustments, take care of your scooter, and it'll perform the way it was meant to.